Vancouver lot that looks and smells more like a garbage dump. We explore how this problem has been allowed to fester for years.
Sunflowers for Peace, the community initiative to grow support for Ukraine.
Holding on to culture in an ever-changing city. How restaurants are keeping their traditional recipes alive and relevant.
Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Lesa Pagarella.
And I'm Graham Abraham. The freshness of spring is in the air, but at Kingsway and Nanaimo in Vancouver, there is a very stinky problem. What was once a home has, over the years, become an illegal dump site with old toilets, furniture, all sorts of garbage, and the neighborhood is fed up with it.
In between a gas station and the residentials on Nanaimo Street sits a massive garbage dump. Since the house has been abandoned, homeless people will occasionally use the place as a temporary shelter.
Like 2 or maybe 3 times I saw like people go inside, whatever they were doing, I have no idea, but the fire begins, fire brigade came and they just stopped the fire.
However, when a fire burned down the house years ago, the city of Vancouver bulldozed a lot. Since then, the empty spaces has become a dumping site over time.
3 months ago, and it finally took the house down, so now we have no longer bums living in it, but it's still an eyesore because people keep dumping garbage there, so we're hoping that something gets built there soon.
But the dump stays. The locals have watched trash pile up and filed complaints over the last 5 years, but the city of Vancouver has yet to take any approach to remove the debris.
We even complained to the property management 3 years ago, and they had a lot of painting going on that house.
Vancouver City Councilor Melissa De Genova is aware of the garbage pile on Nanaimo Street. She ensured that investigations are being conducted and the law is monitored to prevent more illegal dumping.
Certainly, they are something that the city takes very seriously, as we should, and we need to make sure that not only do we rectify the situation and have the garbage removed, but that we deter this behavior and make sure that we're doing what we can to make sure this doesn't happen.
This is Langaro News. I'm Michael Su.
You have probably seen little free community libraries while walking in your neighborhood. Now, a North Vancouver group has taken that popular concept as a way to show support for Ukraine. But instead of books, they are offering seeds.
So right now they're tiny little seedlings. So right now there's not much to look at.
At Megan's McLean's house in North Vancouver, there is a free library outside. But instead of books, people are getting sunflower seeds.
Yeah, hopefully they'll grow into big sunflowers that you'll be able to see.
Along with encouraging gardening, Megan is using sunflower seeds to encourage support for the Ukrainian people.
So I think right now when you drive by a lot of homes and businesses, you see lots of Ukrainian flags. And I think just having sunflower seeds pop up kind of over the summertime will just be another visual way of just showing our support.
The idea first took root for McLean when she heard about a Ukrainian woman handing out seeds to Russian soldiers. McLean's friend said she too should give sunflower seeds. Since then, the idea has taken full bloom.
And we've had people pick up sunflower seeds both from the house, through our Buy Nothing group, and in a gardening group.
The Sunflower Ukraine Facebook group encourages everyone to pick up sunflower seeds wherever they can. They are hoping to add to the success of West Coast Seeds' Ukrainian campaign.
Yeah, so far we're at $70,000. So we originally thought that maybe we could raise $10,000, $15,000. So to be at $70,000 is a wonderful achievement, and I think it could easily grow quite a bit more.
Now, West Coast Seeds is working with the Canadian government to supply the Ukrainian farmers with vegetable seeds. Meanwhile, the sunflower seeds are flying off the shelf. The idea has become popular with local gardeners.
That's a great idea. I never would have thought of it. I'm glad you mentioned it. The color is yellow, right? So it makes sense.
Hoping that our support won't be going that far into the summer, but doesn't matter. Sunflower seeds are beautiful anyways.
This is Juan Ramirez for the Langara Voice.
The City of Vancouver is looking to preserve intangible food heritage as communities see more and more culturally rich businesses closing down.
The Filipino community in the Joyce Collingwood neighborhood has been served here for at least 3 decades. People like Josie Salambacod, who enjoyed the diverse food culture at Play-Doh Filipino, are worried about small restaurants like this disappearing after the pandemic. She says they remind her of home.
They will build the high-rise buildings behind me, and we are sad that these restaurants are moving out, and I just live next door. That it's so convenient for us to buy anything.
New developments that are coming to the area will displace the local businesses. But a recent motion from Vancouver City Councillor is giving restaurants like this hope.
I hope they have plans for us because we really like to stay, to give back to the community and to our kababayans also and to other nationalities.
Councillor Christine Boyle submitted a motion to preserve food culture in Vancouver. The intent is to protect the intangible heritage in the city.
For so many reasons, these spaces are integral for making sure Vancouver is a place everybody feels and knows that they belong.
There is planning for a new tower that is proposing 32 stories and includes condo units. The 2 large commercial spaces would replace the 6 that are there right now.
They can be important economic hubs for diaspora communities, cultural communities, and they're important sites of connection and community building.
Aishwarya Singh, Lingara Voice, Vancouver.
Just ahead, an incredible comeback. We will take you to a Fraser Valley winery that was devastated by November's floods. Find out how they have bounced back.
We lost everything. We lost the seeds, we lost the plants. And if we can start again, so they can start too.
It's a challenge facing hundreds of farms in the Fraser Valley, how to rebuild from November's catastrophic floods. One winery in Abbotsford still has a long way to go, but as you are about to see, they have made remarkable progress.
Every day has just been a long, you get up in the morning, do what you need to do, and you do it all again the next day.
After being affected by the flood last November, Abbotsford-based Ripples Estate Winery is rebuilding their farm day by day. Caroline remembers the hard parts of when the floodwaters first came.
We were helping neighbours evacuate livestock. We were ferrying food back and forth to communities and households that didn't have food. We were surviving.
Caroline says that local volunteers have been very helpful. Jenna D. Young lives in Abbotsford and has been volunteering since December.
Right now we're washing bottles for the winery and the distillery, just scrubbing off all of the silt and mud and dirt from the flood, and then giving them a bleach so that they can sanitize them and then hopefully reuse them.
With the reopening coming, Caroline is expecting a busy season with lots of locals wanting to support the winery.
I hope that we can provide them the same atmosphere as we did previous. We're certainly working hard to achieve that.
This is Jordan Kopp
And Liza Conde for the Daily Voice.
Hopefully, some dry conditions ahead for the ongoing flood recovery. Kenneth, what's in the forecast?
Thanks, Graham and Lesia. Well, it's looking great today in Vancouver, so get off your phones and enjoy the sun while it's still out. We've got highs of 13 degrees, but more clouds are expected to roll in at around 1 p.m., so enjoy the sun while you still can. Winds are moving at 5 kilometers an hour and the humidity is at a nice 62%. Temperatures are expected to drop down to 7 to 9 degrees tonight, so I hope you brought a jacket if you're going to be out past 7. We'll be expecting highs of 17 degrees and lows of 8 degrees tomorrow, and don't forget to bring an umbrella on Friday as we're expecting some rain. Don't worry about the weekend as the sun will be out, but just be sure to bring a jacket as we're expecting highs of just 8 degrees over the weekend. But hey, that's just Vancouver for you. You know, with all this crazy weather, what's the optimal way to dress in Vancouver?
You got layers. You got a rain jacket on top you can take off when it stops. You got a hoodie underneath for when the sun comes out.
Layers, so many layers.
Yeah. Layers that you can take on and off.
I actually keep a rain jacket with me because we don't know what time it's gonna rain, yeah. Or every time I leave from home, I do check the weather report for like if I'm going far, so I have to keep something with me that can protect me from the rain. And otherwise, nowadays it's cool weather, so it's all good.
For the Langara Voice, I'm Kenneth Long. Back to you, Graham.
A favorite brunch spot is closing its doors, but coming up, find out how customers can savor a piece of Slickety Jim's long after the last penny has been served.
A funky neighborhood hotspot on Main Street is closing the doors after 25 years. The owner says today's business climate is tough and it's time to move on.
Not sure where we're going to go.
Yeah, it's just devastated. Devastated.
It's a regular haunt here on Main and 19th. Slickety Jim's is closing its doors after 25 years of service. Mike Zellman, the owner, says that the restaurant created its own community.
It's been really a hub for the community, that a lot of relationships have been formed, like, you know, it's like the staff, the customers, you know, a lot of special things have happened in this restaurant.
Slickety Jim's has a long history in the area, being enjoyed by multiple generations. It was able to keep its doors open despite being burned down twice.
You know, good food, it's chill. I like the vibe. Everyone who works here is nice.
I don't think there's another place quite like it in Vancouver right now, and this place is a little bit on the outside, and that's why I love it.
It's not just the character the customers love, it's the place itself. They feel at home here.
We find it quite cozy and we can have long chats. The servers are amazing. In fact, this morning we didn't even have to give our order because she knew it from many weeks ago. And that's pretty special when they're...
It's just my favorite breakfast spot. I think it's great.
Slickety Jim's has had a long history on Main Street and is selling off its artwork. You can email to reserve a piece from their website. Doors will officially close after Sunday, April 10th.
A reminder, you can get news anytime at our website, langaravoice.ca.
That's our report for today. Thanks for watching.